Hi, and welcome back to Let's Play Demon's Souls. Today, the highlights for 2-2. And well, here's our first segment right here. The Black Phantoms of 2-2. There's nothing really special about them. I mean, they are, after all, supposed to be barbarians. They're based off the barbarian class. If you have a shield with good enough block, you can get behind them easily, backstab them, and just wail on them after they get up. They're really nothing special. Oh, and here's my stats very quickly. They, of course, he drops Dragonstone, she drops... I can't remember. And I'm not even going to show it off in this video. So, second Phantom, same as the first. Try not to let that happen, of course. There you go. Once you get a backstab, just dual wield and finish them off. Really not that hard in the least. Next up, I talked about this in the main video, but there's a very handy shortcut for getting down. You of course just go down a mineshaft. For this I'll be showing off the cat's ring. We talked about this briefly in the 5-2 video, but it's a ring that makes it so you don't take any fall damage. That's non-lethal. So as you're progressing down, you want to try and see these platforms that are below you. Just be very careful of the way that you descend. I'm going to be honest, going this right way, I never remember the proper way to go. I'm pretty sure you progress to this one. You walk out along this little ledge right here, I'm fairly sure. You might want to roll over to that one over there instead of the one that I jumped to, but I can honestly never remember. And I believe what occurs right here is barely not a fatal fall. So, yeah, try and replicate that, is the best I can say. Now, when you're on the one before that fall, try and jump to the... I lost my train of thought. That item is very hard to get. You have to kind of land on that railing. I believe it's just a soul item, so it doesn't even matter. And once you get to this point, you're home free. I always suggest rolling to that platform. It just seems safer. And I swear, I got invaded about 4 times this test run. It was crazy. Those are supposed to break away, but physics decided to do something different. I'm going to show a safer way to descend. There's no items on this path, but I can do it this way almost 100% of the time. So fall to this platform, and then from here you want to just step off right here and fall to this one. We'll roll over to that big area right there. And now you can just progress similarly to how we did before, except without the falling. So, you see that message down there? You want to aim for that part, but from this angle. That way, you get pushed over to this platform. Fall down to this one, and now at this point we're just where we were before. Roll over to this middle platform, pick up your souls, roll over here, and get invaded. Now, this is something that we haven't actually addressed with invasions, but there's 2 ways to avoid an invasion. Well, 3 technically if you count banish. You could kill the phantom, but the other way to win is, well, a little bit more obtuse, and the game doesn't outright tell you from the start. What you can really just do is just run right for the boss door, if you're close to it. which is what I'm going to do. Invaders can't stop you from going through fog doors, but they also can't chase you into boss rooms, outside of weird glitches. So, I'm just going to walk up to the boss door. I thought I'd turn around to see if he was there. And enter. And you get a dismissal message. Now, moving on to our next segment, obviously, since we're at this point. The Flamelurker is a very, very hard boss. You're going to want fast rolls if you're actually meleeing him. A slow, bulky build is not going to work for you, in the least. You need those invincibility frames while getting away, and just, you need to be able to move fast. You can see with a normal weapon I don't do that much. Sticky white stuff will actually help with that a lot. The Flamelurker is very weak to magic damage. You see I added a whole 100 damage on each of my swings. If I two-hand it, I'm up to a good 230. I could really take out the Flamelurker fairly easily right now with just melee. But, you know, we actually didn't show a melee strategy in the main video. We showed a magic strategy. Just imagine what you saw for the first, 2 minutes of this fight, repeated for the next minute, and that's what fighting melee would be. There is actually a trick to fight him with a bow and arrow, and my first couple of playthroughs, this is what I always used. It's very safe. There's not a lot of room for error, unless you, of course, mess up the, he breaks out of the, what am I trying to say here? If something gets messed up, then yeah. Something like he hits you through this, but this bone really fucks with the Flamelurker. You see right there, he's caught. I didn't realize it right away. But if I stay right here, he'll actually get caught a little bit over there as well. He just kind of gets caught on this bone a lot. Sorry to keep using the same word, but it's really what happens. The big trick, though, is once he's enraged like this, to try and get him on this side, just like this. You can then walk over here, stand right next to the pillar, and he'll just keep trying to melee at you and use explosions, but he can't hit you from where he is. So you can just be free to shoot arrows at him. I suggest having some sort of upgrade, or else this will take forever. But, just like that, the Flamelurker's dead. If you're having a lot of trouble with the Flamelurker, I really suggest trying out this strategy. It's very easy to get a composite bow from either 4-1 or 1-2. But, that's all for now. Next video will be up on Sunday, and it'll be a special one. We're finishing off a world. But I'll see you then.